So the first question, consider the following statements. According to the 2011 census, India has around 125 million people with disabilities. It is correct. The Election Commission had this year declared as accessible election as the theme for the National Voters Day. So which of the following statements are given above are correct? So here B is the correct. 2 is the correct answer. So the Election Commission has had this year declared accessible election as the theme for the National Voters Day. It's correct. So 2 is the correct. But 1 is not correct because according to the 2011 census, India has around 125 million people with disabilities. It's not correct because we now seen the Election Commission will launch a voter education and electoral participation portal on 3rd July with a section dedicated to the persons with disabilities in the backdrop of a 2-day national consultation program on issues pertaining to their inclusion in the poll process. The program on inclusion of persons with disabilities in the electoral process is being organized with a view to come up with a national policy on the issue. According to the 2011 census, India has around 70 million people with disabilities, not 125 million. So, under the Election Commission Strategic Plan 2016 to 2025, greater participation in PwD, persons with disabilities, in the electoral process has been identified as one of the core objectives. As part of the initiative, the Election Commission had this year declared accessible elections as the theme for the National Voters Day, observed on January 25. The international conference held on January 24 focused on the theme. Focused on the theme. So here we discussed that National Voters Day. So accessible election is the theme. Is the this year's themes. So the here in India has around 70 million people with disabilities. Under the Election Commission Strategic Plan 2016 to 2025, greater participation of PwD in the electoral process has been identified as one of the core objectives as part of the initiative accessible election commissions, and includes the program on the here important things is July 3. Here the Election Commission launched the electoral participation on July 3 with a section of dedicated to disabilities, persons with disabilities, PwDs, in the backdrop of the 2-day national consultation program on issues pertaining to their inclusion in the poll process. The program on inclusion of persons with disabilities in the electoral process is being organized with a view to come up with a national policy on the issue. According to the 2011 census, India has around 70 million people with disabilities. Under the Election Commission Strategic Plan 2016 to 2025, greater participation of PwDs. We can see next time. So thank you.